have the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who was at the helm of the 98 Maine West team. Oh, wait, hold on. What is this? Who is this joining us?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. From the 98 Maine West team, it's coming.
I'm
Who
afraid to
is
look.
it? We're waiting. Come on, here we go. Ah, there we go. Lucas Johnson.
Oh, my Lord.
I was invited. I thought this was a Jim Sullivan roast. That's why I jumped on.
Oh, God.
This is awesome.
Probably will turn into that.
Exactly.
This is awesome. So we have Maine West 98, Coach Sullivan, and Maine West 98 and Illinois player Lucas Johnson. Fun fact, Mr. Johnson, I am a 99 Maine East grad, and I still tell people I waited in line like an hour and a half to fucking watch you guys play.
Yeah.
Bro.
You mean there were no lines at Maine East to get in and see a game?
I did love Ken Sartini, but there were no lines to see those mighty blue demons over there on was that Potter and Dumpster?
Yeah, and Potter and D or whatever. I had a good relationship with Ken. I enjoyed him. I actually thought he was a good guy and put in the real effort, you know.
I went to his funeral. I mean, he was a great guy. I mean, his offense was boring as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, weren't all of yours unless you had a Lucas Johnson, Kevin Fry, Alfredo Jimenez, Brian Regan, Brad Alessi. You see that, Lucas? See that?
That's quite impressive. I don't even know who some of those people are.
Yeah. Very impressive.
Man.
Ken and I used to actually have some interesting conversations about style of play that was geared in part to the personnel that he had versus what I had. Yeah. But when I started in 1990, you know, we weren't rolling out Division I players. And his whole thing was, we're going to do everything. We're not as skilled as other people. So we're going to make every effort to try to keep it close and maybe steal it at the end. And my argument at the time was, well, if you already don't believe that they're all that skilled and you're asking them to be better ball handlers, better passers, and have a higher IQ when it matters against that league, I really felt like let them loose. Let them play. You may lose a game by 20 or 25, but you're more likely to win a game, in my opinion, than trying to slow it down with less skilled kids. And then maybe you go home and say, hey, we only lost 30 to 25. So what? Yeah. I want to win a game or two. And the kids will play harder in a more up-tempo setting, I thought, too.
A little bit off subject. Lucas, what's it like knowing that you and I are the youngest on this pod and we don't have any hair?
We don't have any hair, but we still have the best haircut.
So cheap.
So cheap. Exactly. Give me another year or two. You know,
I don't know.
I had a full head of hair when we started the season in '97. Lucas and others had a lot to do with changing that.
That's fair. That is absolutely fair.
Yeah.
So let's get into how did this 98 team come to fruition? And then I'll tell you what the rumors were at Maine East.
Yeah, money. It was just money. You know, we sold one of the trailers at the trailer park and bought Kevin Fry.
Yeah.
He was at Mount Carmel, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So
the honest story was I was on an AAU team called the Chicago Pacers back then. And that was Corey Maggette, Chris Williams, Mark Treadwell. So we had a squad, and that was back when AAU was kind of invite only type of situation, and really honestly, I'm not saying for the best because I think the numbers would show otherwise now, but it was the best players played AAU, and so it was more of an invite type of thing, and so I played on the Chicago Pacers, and we were really good, and we played the Illinois Warriors to go to nationals. And that was like Bobby Simmons and Quentin Richardson and Cordell Henry and Dennis Gates and all those guys.
Awesome.
And we ended up beating them. And so we went to nationals that year. And the problem was is that we lost Treadwell to an injury. So we were down a man, but we had played Kevin's team earlier on, either in the Illinois playoffs or something like that. And so the coach invited him to come and join our team for nationals. And so with that being said, his mom came down to Orlando with him, and my parents were there as well. And so they became buddies. Turns out he was kind of looking to get out of his situation, not because of Mount Carmel, just because of his family situation. His mom was trying to get him into a better place. And so she had become friends with my mom, and so they were like, well, we'd love to move to Des Plaines. I'd love to get him out. And so the funny thing is my mom came up to me and she's like, she had known that, all right, this is your senior year. This is kind of supposedly going to be your year to shine or whatever. And she goes, would you be okay with? I go, what? Okay with? I'm like, are you kidding me? When she goes, in her defense, it was like, well, do you want to share the spotlight? I'm like, do I want to win? Like, heck yeah, let's do this. So
Yeah.
she ended up moving to Des Plaines, and it was never like us seeking him out. It was him seeking a better situation and his mom
Right.
seeking a better situation for him. And it just kind of fell into their lap and honestly fell into our lap as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sully, what did you think when you were told Mr. Fry was gonna
Well, it was the
put a
thought at the
flag in?
time was, different now, but at the time I didn't want to tamper. I didn't want to get involved.
Mhm.
I got a phone call from the people at Carmel telling me this kid may be coming your way. And they wanted to give me a little bit of background on Kevin and his family situation and some of the things that he was going through academically as well. So I already had kind of thought when I see him that I would steer him through the school format first. And
Yep.
if his mother was comfortable with whatever academic support he was going to get, and of course, he already was on board athletically, wanting to get with Lucas and maybe working with us basketball wise. If she was comfortable with all that, we'll move forward. And I was ecstatic. I kept thinking, bring him on, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
But I had to, I tried to keep my distance. Nobody knew about it. They asked that we kind of keep it low key till it ended up becoming a reality. And it wasn't shortly thereafter that Kevin got a hold of me and started talking to me about basketball. And in his way at the time, he said, coach, if I make the team, can I do, if you make the team? I go, dude, I know the coach. I know him personally. I'm pretty sure you're going to make the team. So that wasn't the issue. He was more concerned then about where would he play? I don't want to sit in the middle of the 2-3 zone. What do you envision doing with me if, Lucas is going to be your primary guy? So we talked a little bit about that, and everything came to fruition. And next thing you know, he's on the court.
So the rumor at Maine East was that
how many dead bodies were there? Right?
Yeah.
Kevin Fry lived up in the rafters at Maine West and he was homeless.
Oh my Lord.
And that you guys, I did not believe this. Trust me. I grew up with a dad who called bullshit immediately.
Yeah.
But that he was homeless and that you felt bad and you took him in. I'm like, man, he felt bad for a 6'8" kid, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
From Mount Carmel.
Well, not to be obviously it didn't happen that way.
Obviously.
But maybe now's not the time to get into it all. But he had some situations at home on the home front that his mother was clearly interested in wanting to rectify or improve. That had a real big impact on her decision to move and put them in our district and what was going to happen from there. And it worked out. Obviously, it worked out all the way around. And I thought that she was very comfortable with us academically. She was very comfortable in the situation that he had athletically with us and on the basketball program. And then his friendship clique grew. I think he grew as a young man. And I know that she's very happy about the way things turned out, as we are.
What was it like, Coach, you had these two twin towers with D1 looks.
Yeah.
Alfredo Jimenez had D1 looks.
He went to Northern. He was
Yes.
a D1er.
So what was it like dealing with all that recruiting and all the hype that year?
No recruiting, coach. No recruiting took place. So let's make sure.
I'm talking about college recruiting.
Oh! I wanted to make sure we're clear on
Guilty
that.
conscience?
I bet, because I've been accused of that for I don't know how long, by the way.
Listen, that would be like the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah. Well,
Come on,
yeah.
Mike.
Well,
Mike. Come on.
In the recruiting thing, and interestingly, Lucas and I have talked several times about the recruitment of his own daughter right now, and how things have obviously changed from the time he was coming through as a player and what his daughter now may go through as a possible D1 athlete. But in those days, in the 90s, when I had both those kids, my issue was making sure that they were set up in such a way that it wasn't going to overwhelm them in their schoolwork or their social lives or their family commitments. Yeah. So you made, I would tell Lucas or Kevin or anyone else at the time, all right, let's put some parameters on things. Maybe they don't call after 8:00. You've got homework, you got a girlfriend, you got friends, you got a family commitment. And those who honor that will show to be more interested in you and so on. And we talked a little bit about how we wanted to handle the recruiting. Do you want all the letters and things to come through me? Do you want me to share with you immediately once I get it, how we will go? Where do you want to play? Do you want to be close? Do you want to travel? Is the fit with coach more important than the fit with the school? All those kinds of things that are still, very much germane even now. And they were very good about it. Here's what I want. Here's what I want to do. Here's what I'm thinking about, which kind of made it easier for me to navigate the whole situation.
Lucas, what schools were interested besides Bill Self?
Well, it wasn't even Self back then. It was Kruger. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Kruger.
Yeah,
Self came the following year.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that it ended up coming down to Northwestern and Illinois, but in reality, like I would get phone calls, I would get letters and whatnot, but in the end, it really was Illinois and Northwestern in terms of offers, and I honestly don't know the why behind that in terms of I think there might have been a little bit of kind of an understanding like I wanted to go to Illinois and I think there was a number of schools. Now that could just be me, calming my own pride, but like I think that there was a little bit of that where my brother was down there at the time and he was a senior when I was a senior in high school and Illinois kind of played it close to the vest when they were doing the recruiting of me. They went after the big guys, which I totally get, and it was the McGettys and the Quentin Richardsons and all those guys. And once those guys kind of fell into place at their schools, then they moved on to what you would call the second tier of their recruiting, and that's kind of where I landed. And I knew I wanted to go to Illinois all along just because I knew the system and I knew the players and I knew the coaching staff and I really liked it. Now, that's not to say that if another school came in and was really interested that might not have swayed me. I certainly was interested in Northwestern. If I didn't go to Illinois, I thought Northwestern was a great option for me in terms of combining the ability to go play probably right away and get a great education. But when Illinois came through, I knew it was the right spot for me. I knew it's where I wanted to land in the long run, and it was kind of up to them to make that decision on whether or not that they kind of saw me as a fit as well.
You played with D Brown?
No, so my years were the Peoria Manual guys. They were the Frank Williams and the Marcus Griffin and Sergio McLean guys and Brian Cook and those guys.
Yeah.
And then my last year was 02 at Illinois, and their run would have been in 05.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. Man, we're old.
Yes. Yes, we are.
I mean, geez, we have no hair. We have gray in our beard. When did this happen?
Mhm.
My no hair happened junior year of college. So
Oh,
in Maui, we were at the Maui Invitational,
oh,
and and it was funny because my parents were down there, and I'm like, and we're in the hotel before our first game. I think we might have played like Maryland or no UNLV our first game, and we I went to just trim my hair, and I forgot any of my guards for my beard trimmer, and I'm like, all right. So I'm sitting there with my roommate. I go, screw it, I'm just doing it, and I just shaved the whole thing off, and I go to our team meeting, and Coach Self looks at me and he goes, "You look like a fucking badass."
yes.
He's like, "Don't ever change that."
Uh,
That's awesome. Sully,
yo.
I want you to think of all the teams you've coached, and you better not give me this bullshit answer that everyone else is giving me. Give me your top 10 players you've ever coached. And if
Top
I
10?
top 10, if I hear, well, I don't want to leave somebody out,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. I want 10.
Okay. I would say let's by position, just off the top of my head. So I'll just go by position, so it makes it easier for me to kind of delineate who's who. Uh, Josh Friedman at Glenbrook North is clearly one of the best point guards that I've ever been around. Although I did not coach him as a head coach, uh,
Agreed.
he's definitely in my top 10. Um, I would say Johnny Vanna at Maine West would be, he's in the top 5 in scoring in the history of the school and all that kind of stuff.
That's
Um, I would say my 2 guards, hard, maybe the Pancratses,
ooh.
Schomburg,
Okay.
um, pretty solid. Tony Young went off to SIU,
Ooh, it's another one.
which I thought were pretty solid. But I would actually put Ryan Cohen in there as well as a 2 guard.
I
Great
don't
rebound,
know.
great defender.
I don't know. He's a piece
He
of
did
shit.
some
Him
really
and
good
his
things
dad.
for us. Um, 3
Luke,
man would probably be
Luke,
Brian Johnson of
Lucas,
Glenbrook.
Ryan's dad's my best friend.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
gotcha. Gotcha.
There you go. I would say Brian certainly is our 3.
Okay.
Um, our 4 is got to be Lucas. He's Mr. Maine West in terms of literally every statistical category there is. There's nobody that's ever played better at. He might be actually the best overall player I've ever coached. Passing, shooting, defending,
Okay.
rebounding, leadership. Not just to blow his horn here, but he clearly was one of the very best players I was fortunate to have. As a 5, Kevin Fry, man, how do you not put him in that group?
I was hoping.
Clearly belongs in that group. Um, Garrett Larkin's pretty damn good for us at Maine West in the early 90s as an athletic 5. He could literally guard anyone on the floor and could played as tough as anybody that I was fortunate to have around. They would probably, off the top of my head, those guys would probably fit that category. Maybe a kid like Joe Bacher I had at Oregon, Illinois, was also a really nice swing kid shooter, played at Wesleyan, or no, excuse me, Whitewater. Nice. That would probably be my group. You could throw in Alfredo because you love him. You could put him as a point guard there too.
He was so good.
He was.
He was so good. He was so smooth. That's
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, just look what he did. Look what he did downstate when we didn't. Well, honestly, like Kevin and I didn't have the best of games, and Alfredo steps up and has like 26 points or whatever
Yeah,
in our semifinal game, and damn near willed us to the championship game.
that's true. He had 29 that night.
Yeah.
That night. Yeah,
I
that's
want to
right.
let you both know something about that when you were downstate that you probably don't know. There was so much Maine Township pride, not just at Maine West, but even at East. I don't know about those pussies from South, but at Maine East, like there was, I mean, I remember getting goosebumps seeing you guys on TV,
Yeah.
playing in that. And it gave us a sense of pride. Obviously at Maine East, we're not a prestigious athletic program.
Right.
And to have, a Maine Township school doing so well, especially in, a major sport like hoops.
Right.
And like Lucas, we still talk about your team. And
Well, I'll tell you this, you're not
yep,
going to find a better individual performance than Kevin Fry's matchup against Corey Maggette. Like as hyped as it was, and honestly, as overlooked as our team was in that game, Fenwick Fenwick was already in their minds playing Galesburg and probably playing Whitney Young in the championship
Right.
game.
Right.
And I know just from talking to those guys who were my teammates on my AAU team that they were absolutely looking past us. And Kevin basically just said, "Not on my watch." And I
Right.
mean, to perform the way he did against one of the best high school players I've ever played with, against, or seen in Maggette, he just shut him down,
Yeah.
and not only shut him down defensively, but put up 29 and 10 against him offensively.
That's right. Yeah.
and
I would totally agree with
Sullivan stood there and looked good.
that.
No, I got jacked in the face, and and basically Sully just swept me off to the side and said, "Well, if you want to stitch him up, go ahead. If you want to just leave him back there, that's fine. We got Fry doing all the work out here anyway, so who
We're okay.
cares?"
Well, we went into halftime with the lead, maybe I forget exactly how much, maybe double digits. And then suddenly we were down close to double digits before you could come out of the locker room with the stitches. So we had kind of hold the fort. But I give a lot of credit to guys like Regan, Elf, even Jewett, who played tremendously in your absence. And then we kind of found a way to catch our rhythm again and get it going in the second half. So yeah, impressive.
Lucas, you were such a bad motherfucker. Like I gotta be honest, these kids wouldn't know what to do with you today.
You mean at basketball or?
I would just say at basketball, I did not know anything off the court. However, these kids wouldn't know what to do with that today.
It is different.
I mean,
Coach, it's different now. Kids
yeah.
are different. I agree with that. The style of play, the physicality of the game, the effort that's given by guys, in our time, if you will, in '98. We're just using that as our reference. I think is unique. I think the game's refereed differently as a result. It's changed. It definitely has changed. But we would have tremendous given back rather in practices and in games. Guys would tell me, "Coach, I see this, I see that. What do you think? What do you do?" Or I ain't taking this guy's shit.
Never happened today.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, I encouraged it. I think that's the way it should be.
Yes.
And Lucas had no problem telling me, "Man, here's what I want to do. Let's do it."
Well, you had to put up with me for 4 straight years, so
It's true. And I had you in class and in homeroom.
yes, lucky you.
What was
Lucky.
Coach? What was Lucas like as a player as a freshman?
Gawky, kind of,
Baby giraffe. Yeah.
all over the place. What he could do, we really needed that year. I went to Rob Gurney, who was our senior captain, and I said, "I'm thinking about bringing him up as a freshman," which nobody had really done any of that kind of thing. It's certainly not at West. And he said, "You got to bring him up." And part of the reason was Lucas could shoot the three, and we had no real outside source at that time.
How tall was he?
Size would be obviously a plus.
How tall was he?
I was like
I
6'2".
don't know, 6'3", maybe?
6'2" as a freshman. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it was 6'2", 6'3", but he was our leading three-point shooter as a freshman, and made a huge difference in me being able to move some chess pieces around that probably would never have happened had we not been able to have him in the lineup as a freshman.
And just doing some foreshadowing. who would have known if Kevin Fry was really going to be homeless, living on top of
And living in the rafters at
living.
that time.
I'm telling you, and I can't believe people believed it. And
I don't know where that would have come from.
I do. Uh, what's who did you guys play? I went to one of your games at Northwestern. I think it
Zion
was a
Benton.
playoff. Yes,
And,
that was an awesome game.
And we
Yeah.
just absolutely housed them.
yeah.
By I think what did we win by, like 30?
We won by 33 points. That team
Yeah.
came in 30-1. They
Yeah.
were ranked number 2 in the state and number 5 in the country. You had Maggotti's team. I'm sorry, Maggotti's team was ranked number 2 in the state to Whitney Young, and they were number 4 in the country. So, I mean, our 98 year, you look at those 8 teams that made it downstate, that is still one of the most highly regarded group of 8 teams and talent that's come
100%.
downstate in a long, long time.
Ready? I can do it. I can do it. You guys ready for it?
Fire it up. Let's go.
Lucas Johnson, Kevin Fry, Joey Range, Quentin Richardson, Corey Maggetti. Was Pierre Pierce that year?
Nope.
No.
Year after then.
Yeah.
Um,
Rod
Bobby
Thompson.
Simmons, Lance Williams, Rashawn Burno.
Right.
I mean,
Michael Wright.
Mike, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Right?
crazy. Yeah.
I mean, I will tell you guys this. The 2028 class,
Loaded.
yeah, they might catch you.
That London kid loading up for Bear. Your kid?
Well, that he's 2036.
Oh,
But
2036.
the 2028 class has Brady Pettigrew, Ethan Vall, Ben Ojala. I mean, and they're not like they're hard-nosed, high
Okay.
IQ players, right?
Okay.
There's a big at Shepherd, 6'9", Amari Williams. Like, this is a class that
Yeah.
I tell everyone, I said, finally there might be a class that puts that 98 class to rest, because
We'll see.
yeah, I mean, nobody has touched that 98 group.
Well,
It's unbelievable.
Last year was the first time since 98 that Maine West has won a postseason game.
Really?
Yes, they won the play-in game to play Glenbrook North at Loyola. That's the first time they've won a postseason game since 98.
Yeah, we're the new Maine East.
Hey, Lucas, can you see me?
Wow.
Okay, I mean, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I remember going to watch a Niles West game, and Lucas and the team showed up to watch the game. I think maybe it might have been a playoff game. I remember some of the Maine East kids were like, "Hey man, let's get in a fight with them." And I'm like, I was like, bro, I'm like 5'10" and Jewish. Like, I'm not getting in a fight with a dude going to Xavier, Northern Illinois, and U of I. You guys can, and I'll watch.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. But I remember they're like, oh man, there's those Maine West pussies. And I was like, no, those are the same guys I just stood in line an hour and a half to watch. Right? Like, I don't know about y'all, but
Wow.
man,
That's funny.
I just think back, man, that just so awesome. You guys, I had multiple people, Lucas and Coach, say, when are you going to get the 98 guys? And I'm trying, man. I'm working it. I'm working it.
Yeah. Well, when you reached out to me about trying to get some of these guys, I did send some to Luke, and I think I sent it to Kevin. Kevin, I don't know that Kevin ever got back to you. He told me he was swamped trying to go see his son play. His son right now is Harley Dickinson.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And so he was trying to orchestrate something there, which I thought may have led to why he didn't get back to you at this point.
Cool. It's super busy. We all are. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, except me, I'm not. I don't really have a real job. I work for the Chicago Public Schools.
I like this forum though. This is good for you. This is, I've seen some of your other ones already. This is good because it's very low key. It's very transactional. This is great. I like it.
Yeah. I've had a lot of people say that. I mean, I was shocked. Mike Mullins, he was like, absolutely. And I'm like,
for sure.
I was like, oh my God.
Well, I think that speaks volumes to the fact that people actually know you and they're comfortable around talking to you about basketball because you're a junkie, you're a lifer. And I
I
think that
love it.
comes across.
I love it. And one thing, Lucas, about me, um, I love the history. I love the game. I love the people that played it, but I'm not a fan, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I don't put a jersey on of another man.
Yeah.
My grandpa would think that's fucking nuts. Um, and so he owned, if you've been to Indianapolis, he owned the St. Elmo Steakhouse.
Okay.
Oh,
So
really?
so he dealt with people all the time, right? Famous people. And that was one he used to tell me that we all end up in the same fucking hole, Aaron. Oh, quote unquote, while you drink his brandy and smoke his cigar.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, coach, the whole point to this is giving you guys a platform because listen, I can go on the internet and Wikipedia, but
Right.
nothing's better than hearing from the horse's mouth,
Right.
right?
That's why
And
when you reached out to me, when I sent you the text back and said, people don't care about where I came from or what my background was or how I got to one job or the other. That people don't want to hear that even in a clinic anymore. Give me some content, give me the background I don't know, give me some of those interesting stories that Joe Average doesn't understand or know. That's the real hook. I think that something like this forum will do for you.
yeah, but I still like to hear your history.
You can do that. You can do that.
I still like to hear the origin. All right, Lucas, we're gonna start with you. Give me an awesome story from that 98 year.
Man.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful.
I do remember when I wasn't there because I was late, but I guess I was running late and we were downstate and we were going, I think we were going to our shoot around before maybe the Fenwick game. And I don't know what I could have possibly been doing. Maybe I forgot my shoes or whatever. And according to my teammates, because this is hearsay for me because I wasn't there, Sully just basically just lit me up and we're not fucking waiting for his ass. We're just fuck this. Let's get out. I'm like, and I thank God I didn't hear it then. I probably would like been in the fetal position in the corner crying, like, and now I'm just like, oh, whatever. But in the moment, I didn't realize I had done something wrong, and turns out that I was just a little bit late and I needed to be on time, which is nothing wrong with that.
Yes. I'm sure I said it something more to the effect, golly, I hope he's okay. What can we do to help with this?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was more that. The tenor of my voice was more like that. I'm pretty
Yes. Let's go with that. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. We're downstate and the kid can't get there on time. Are you kidding me? What are we doing here?
So give me yours.
For me, as a downstate story?
In general, from 98. Give me like an awesome. Lucas, I'm coming back to you, so you better have another one.
Wow. There's a lot of just little incidences and little things that kind of piece your season together. I remember, talking to Andy Lightfoot. Here's a kid who's 6'7", 300 pounds. He's going to go off
at Iowa, right?
Tackle at Iowa.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have been our starting center, and he was in the summer. And I basically had to get with him and go, we got a kid who's going to be outstanding. But the work that he put in, I felt he was deserving of starting so that Kevin could just not be given anything. And the rest of the team see that he clearly earned it. It took about a game or two for me to obviously make the move, but it was the genesis of it was Andy, who came to me and said, are you kidding me? This kid's got to play. I said, I understand, but I didn't want any of the dynamic of our team to be disrupted to the point of where we were dysfunctional and the jealousy would enter into it and so on. And I talked to Lucas about that very thing too, that your numbers are going to go down. How comfortable are you with sharing the ball? Absolutely no problem. They averaged 17 points a game, the two of them together, just 17 points. And I don't know if either one of them scored 30 in a game. They may have, but I don't remember. Luke, maybe you know better than I do. I don't remember. But that speaks volumes to their ability to be team players first, over some of those individual goals, which I thought was pretty important. Which also happened basically with Alfredo. Alfredo was a more highly skilled player than Brian Regan, but Brian Regan had the heartbeat of the team. He was one of those kids who they rallied around his effort, his voice. And I knew that I could bring Alf off the bench and he'd score. He can handle the ball and he can defend second level point guards that were coming in when he came in, which would change the entire complexion of the game, which also worked out for us. Again, a guy who sacrificed for our successes down the road. So we had a lot of that, and there were a few times where Kevin was a little nervous about, hey, I'm not getting the ball enough, or I want to score a little more, and so on. And we had to have a few sit-down talks about it. Where I said, golly, please don't do that to me or upset me about it. But he was actually pretty good about it, to be honest. It's just typical. You're used to being the man, and now you're going to be part of the process. And he fit in. Obviously, he fit in, and everybody kind of fell in line as a result.
Coach, did you know when Kevin walked into Maine West that first day? Did you have a good feeling what the season was going to be?
Before he got there, I thought we were legitimately a regional championship team. Okay. Legitimate. We had already played King in the championship game down in Morris in the summer against Amari Sawyer and so on. We had already beaten Brian Cook's team to get to the championship game. I knew we were going to be pretty good. He was going to take us to another level. But I was very concerned early that it's okay for us to lose some games till we find our gel point. I didn't know if the kids were going to think that. Oh, why aren't we winning right away or blowing teams out? We've got Kevin Fry, Lucas Johnson. We should be doing more. And I really felt that could be an issue early on. It turned out that we were 3-2 to start the season. At one point, we were only 3-2. Next thing you know, we're 27-2, or whatever the hell it was at the time. So it took a little while to figure it out. Once we got it going, I had a real good seat to watch.
Lucas, you have anything you want to add to that?
Well, I think one of my favorite moments was we played New Trier for the sectional final at home. We were fortunate enough that we were hosting sectionals that year. And so we basically got 4 home games in a row before going and playing at Northwestern for the super sectionals. So we're playing New Trier, and there's no love lost there. We had played them.
Matt Loddick?
Yep.
Yes.
And the Markman twins, and yeah.
Right.
And we had played them earlier in the year and lost. They were one of our 2 losses to begin the year. And I just remember, they travel pretty well in terms of their fan base, especially with being a or a sectional final. And I just remember chants, that's all right, that's okay, you will work for us someday. And
that's awful.
Yeah. Kind of funny though.
Or they would say, "You still live here,"
right,
like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that Randy, one of our security guards, got mad at their kids for yelling and screaming and doing whatever, and they started screaming First Amendment, free speech. Some of their stuff was actually hilarious. I almost got sidetracked listening to their stuff and paying attention to the game. It was pretty good.
Yeah, but it was fun to play in that atmosphere. It was fun to, what would have been really fun is if Kev was there for more than 1 year, just because I think it would have built up more anticipation for kind of the second year, meaning, it was, he came in so last minute, and there was certainly hype around our team, and unfortunately, you probably experienced it at Maine East too, but we didn't draw fans at all. Our fan base was, in my opinion, was terrible for the most part. Just across the board, we had decent fans for big games.
I was there, Kev. I was there, Lucas.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Oh,
He's right though. You're absolutely right. I mean, early in the year, you could just, if you watch films of the games as we won and moved through the season, the stands were more full as we went along. But early on, we didn't have quite the fan base following as we would get later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I was there.
You were there.
You were there.
I think I missed a
You
free
didn't
throw
say
because
anything to me. You didn't come
'cause
up to me. You should have said hello.
the light hit your head and shined in my eyes. I think that's why.
Actually, Lucas, fun fact, I used to have boy band here.
Oh,
And it was a faux hawk, and I had the diamond earrings.
oh,
Are you
Um,
kidding me? Oh
that
my
is a
God.
sight to see.
It, it is how I met my good-looking wife and married her after we dated for 2 weeks.
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah,
Oh
Kia
my
and I
God.
only dated for two. She was the first black woman I ever dated.
I've
And
seen her.
blind.
You're
And
not just
blind.
coverage. That's a norm.
Yes,
That's a fact.
yes. Lucas, yes,
Yes, I figured.
yes. Blind and deaf.
Right.
Because I do talk a lot.
Hey, and by the way, your wife is friendly with a very good friend of mine, Meredith McDonald, in the foreign language area. Very
She-
weird.
It is a very weird group of people as well, Mr. Sullivan.
Yes, yes, I'm with
People
you.
that are gung ho for foreign language.
They are. They are.
I have never seen that, but they are.
Yeah, she has very, very nice things to say about your wife.
It's all bullshit.
I'm trying to give you a little love. Come on.
I love you, Kia.
Good stuff.
Hey, Sully, was Matkovic your assistant?
No. John Durnis was my assistant. John played for me early on, and then he became one of our sophomore assistants for a while. And then in 98, I made him my JV guy, my assistant.
So was
Prior to
Matkovic?
that, Matkovic was my assistant for a couple of years, and I want to say like 94, 95. And then he went to East to be a dean or something.
So
And the girls coach.
great transition. So Matkovic was my dean of students, Coach
Yeah,
Sully.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
And it's March, and we have brackets that we are filling out.
Sure.
And I took after my grandpa, and I enjoyed being a bookie. So I was passing out my brackets and collecting my money. And security sent me to the dean,
Really?
Mr. Matkovic.
There you go.
So Mr. Matkovic starts raising his voice at me and telling me that I was going to get Saturday detentions. But, gentlemen, as I glanced over on his desk, there was his bracket.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go.
So I was back in the lunchroom very happy.
That's fantastic.
That's my Matkovic story.
Yeah. Dave
love
was, when he was my assistant, the thought was by our AD at the time that you should have a guy in your staff who wants to aspire to be your replacement. And Dave wanted to do that at that time. But he felt that I was going to be there longer than he was willing to sit, and he wanted to get into administration. So that's when he decided, well, I can get my kind of coaching, jazz going still over there at East, and I'll become an administrator as well. But I did try to get in touch with him again in 98 because I knew I was going to get out at the end of the year. I knew I was going to leave. And if he really wanted to get involved in the job, then he should come back and be my assistant at some point, which did not happen. But I did get out at the end of the year. I knew I was going to leave at the end of the year.
Was Brian McNeil on your staff?
Eric McNeil? Eric.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. My freshman coaches were Eric McNeil, who went on to become the head coach at a later date.
Yep.
He actually became like an assistant athletic director at West. Mike Galuski was my A coach. Mike was the golf coach there forever. He's also the head of their PE or wellness department. And then my sophomore coach was Chuck Fabian, who had been there a number of years and even before I got to West. And then Johnny Durnis was my JV guy in that last year. But Johnny kind of floated to different levels for me during those several years. I had a great staff. I mean, they were committed to it. They were young. They were energetic. They did a lot of really good things for me.
Who were the two losses against?
Let's see. We lost to Gordon Tech,
Ooh,
and we lost to New Trier.
God, you guys fucking suck.
Yeah.
What a shitty team.
Well, if I remember right, Kevin was sick in the New Trier game. We played him, but he wasn't what he was going to be. And we were still finding our feet when we played Gordon Tech. I think was only the second or third game of the year. And we lost, by a handful of points, whatever it was. But we eventually got it going.
Lucas, you know who's been dying for this podcast?
Uh-oh.
One of the Markman twins.
You're kidding, really?
No, I swear, Todd Markman. And now he's going to be so excited that I
There was
mentioned.
two of them, right? There were
Yeah.
Todd and Adam.
Yeah.
So Todd's son played for me for a little bit. But he's like, when are you get the 98 guys? And
I
then
love it.
I'm just like, yeah.
Well, because I played with those guys on another AAU team prior to playing with the Chicago Pacers with Maggette and them. So I had known them forever, and then playing against them obviously when they were at New Trier. But yeah.
I've never heard anyone refer to Todd as the Markman twins.
Yeah.
They live in Northbrook. It's really hard for me to be intimidated.
You're right, exactly.
I mean, this is what I was gonna say. So you mentioned King, remember?
Yeah.
So Lucas, this is gonna blow your mind, and this just shows you this generation of kids. So last November, I decided to go back and teach, especially in the city because oh God, they're paying so much. So I went back. They gave me my 10 years of service.
Yeah.
And so I'm at King.
Okay.
And every day I walk in the gym, I see all the banners. Every day, gentlemen, every day, like a soldier and it's an American flag. I would just stare at all the banners. So going back a little bit, my second day there, I find out that Amari Sawyer is a security guard at the school.
Oh, really?
And
Really?
And coach, you remember Marlo Finner?
Sure.
So they're both security guards at my school.
Holy cow.
So I find this out first period. Okay. Third period was my first off period. You know where the fuck I went. So I find Amari and I go, all right, bro, I'm gonna sit down right here on the floor against these lockers. For 51 minutes, I just want you to tell me Chicago Public League stories.
Oh, wow.
So, so we get to talk, he shares so much with me, Finner the same. And Amari was helping out with the basketball team.
Okay.
I can't make this up, gentlemen. So I go to the kids. Hey, you guys have Amari Sawyer as your coach? They're like, yeah. I'm like, you guys know anything about him? Well, I heard he played. I lost it. I go, you heard he fucking played. I go, he's one of the top 2 or 3 point guards to ever come out of the fucking city. I go, he had a goddamn Puma deal in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Like, you guys aren't talking to this man?
Right.
No.
That's the generation we're in. I mean, I've talked to the coaches at Maine West now who have no understanding. The coach is telling me that the players that he has have no understanding of the past or what teams did what, when, and where. He could name any of the kids that we had in the 90s. And he said, the players I have now would have no idea whether they were good, bad, or indifferent.
Because that is one of the reasons basketball has gone down, at least boys basketball. I don't know anything about girls.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say here, so I was raised Jewish. My pride, I had a lot of Jewish pride because I knew the religion, I knew the culture, I studied it, right? So I had pride in it. These kids don't know their history, so they don't play the game with any passion or pride, right? They don't know that Reggie Lewis dropped dead of a heart attack on the court, right? Playing the game we absolutely love and adore.
Sure.
And I say this on all my pods, but I think one thing is something that high school coaches should start implementing is like a daily history lesson. It could last 2 minutes,
Hmm.
right? But just giving these kids,
Right.
knowing Corey Maggette was a six-man at Duke and it was a lottery pick,
Yep.
Correct.
right? Like
Right.
Quentin Richardson, Lance Williams, Bobby Simmons, they got a big ass bag from Pat Kennedy. I'm just saying.
No, that never happened ever. No, my wife wasn't there playing for Bruno at the time and didn't say that that happened ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So funny. So funny. All of a sudden, them and then Stephen Hunter.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I've
all
Bobby
heard some
Kennedy. Bobby
stories.
Kennedy was just that good. He was just that good of a recruiter.
Right.
and then who came after Kennedy? Wainwright, right? Or Lato.
Jerry Wainwright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Chicago guy, right?
He's a Highland Park guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't like him then because I don't like people from local Deerfield.
Yeah. Highland Park guy.
Yeah. I live in Glenview and that's already too far north.
Oh,
I'm not keep it real with you.
wow. Wow. Okay.
I'm just being honest. My
You're a
wife,
North
we,
guy.
we would love to move to like Hazel Crest or Homewood or Flossmoor.
Oh,
I need
too
some
south.
diversity in my children's life.
Wow.
Um,
Well, that's ironically, you mentioned that, but one of the things that I tried to do when we could do it, I mean, we had some hurdles to jump with ADs, principals, and so on. I tried to put that into our schedule. We want to try to play some city teams
Yep.
or go a little further than the suburbs closest to us. We played Lockport. We would go into this city. We played Dunbar. We did some of those kind of things to give our kids another feel. There's another world out there. I mean, when I was at Glenbrook North, you're just, working with Quinn over the last few years, we were going to go play at Prospect. And our kids had no idea where it was. This is Northbrook, Glenbrook North. You're
they didn't know
playing.
where Prospect High School.
We had kids asking me, Coach, where is that? How do I get there? Don't worry, we're right. We're taking a bus. All you got to do is get on it. But holy cow! I mean, I'm not kidding. So it's you got to get them out to expose them to some different kinds of things for sure.
Yep.
To wrap up, I want you guys to leave us with this. Coach, we'll start with you because you're old as shit. When you move on in 200 years to live with the basketball gods, how do you want people to remember Coach Sully?
Well, I think that anybody who's worth their salt as a basketball coach in general, teacher, educator, someone in a position of authority, leadership, is thinking more about the legacy of their relationships than they are really worried about the wins and losses. I was very concerned even early on that it's about standards, about respect, about commitment, hard work, teaching some life lessons through the conduit that is basketball, and the wins will take care of themselves. And Lucas is one example of the many that I've been fortunate to have in terms of relationships with kids long after they've graduated, who still call, still want to go have a beer, want to bring up, experiences when they played, talk about what's going on now with teams that I may be working with and so on. That's the stuff that really makes it worthwhile. I'm sure you know this as a coach yourself. The greatest trophies you will ever win are the relationships with your players, and how they stay with you long after you're out of the game. I think that's where I'll be.
And Illinois enforcer?
Mine's not quite as eloquent as that. It's pretty much exactly what you just said. Like, as a basketball player, the only thing I want to be known for is that I played my ass off. Like, I could care less about how many points you scored or even championships won. Like, I only want to be known as someone who outworked even his teammates, his opponents, whatever, and played with a chip on his shoulder. And that's really the only way I knew how to play. But I was never a prima donna. I wasn't talented enough to kind of rest on my abilities, especially at the next level. And I had to outwork people. And that was really what I kind of put my stock in, was that, I don't care who you were. I mean, just listing the guys I played against, it's like Richard Jefferson and Jason Richardson, and I'm guarding these guys in college. And the only reason I was able to guard them, here's a 6'8" slow white guy from the suburbs of Chicago, but I was gonna outwork him. And that's really what I want my legacy to be, is, you know, is that, right?
So my legacy is going to be standing 90 minutes in line to watch watch you guys play.
Hope it was worth it.
We appreciate the $2 business. Trust us. We appreciated it.
Well, you needed my admission money to pay Lucas and Kevin to stay at Maine West, and
That's
to
right.
get
That's
Kevin
a
a
real big
home,
bag for him, but that helped.
and you had to find Kevin a home because he was living in the raft.
The rafters, right?
That's going to go down in the annals. That'll be a great story. I can't wait to tell Kevin.
I can't
Absolutely.
believe I never told you that, Sully.
No, I had no idea.
Gentlemen, I really appreciate you guys. You have no idea. People just say it, but I genuinely, who the fuck wants to talk to me? And you two spent an hour just chopping it up. I loved it. And I'm
course.
so appreciative of your time.
Aaron, I
Well, we
appreciate
didn't
you reaching out.
we didn't want to talk to you. Like, it's kind of forced. Like,
Fuck you.
easy with the boy. Who would want to talk to me? Not us. Like,
Hey, are you a teacher at Barrington?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna
I gotta-
box you out into the goddamn wall.
I gotta get you talking about girls basketball now, because that's my whole world now. I don't even do
Oh.
guys.
How old's your daughter?
She's a freshman at Carmel.
Oh, okay. So you know
Yeah.
that football player, Trey Taylor?
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
a Coach London guy. He played for me for years. His dad is one of my guys.
Oh, okay.
His dad is psycho in a good way.
In a good way.
I always say it's okay to be psycho about your children.
Yeah. I didn't know I had met him and knew him, because my buddy played was a kicker at Eastern
Okay.
when Roma was there. And so I had visited them many times, and I guess I had hung out with him because it was funny, because his son went up to my daughter and was like, yeah, our parents know each other. And I'm like, I do. And then I finally put like 2 and 2. I'm like, I do. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
So Trey, has a nice deal going.
Yep, absolutely.
And when we went to see him, we went to St. Lawrence to watch him play.
Yep.
And he put his $40,000 diamond chain on my son. And we got a picture of it. And Jonah, I know I'm nuts for this. He's in 2nd grade. He's doing an exposure camp this weekend.
Ooh.
It's free. I'm not paying. And his like poster advertisement that says like Jonah London will be in the gym is the big ass $40,000 chain, just like that.
I love it. I love it.
NIL money, baby.
There you go.
All right, gentlemen, you guys have a good night, and I really appreciate you all.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Lucas, hang in there. We'll talk soon.
Yep, sounds good.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, bye.